Hello, boys and girls. It's time for episode 2 of Critapocalypse. We did one 2 weeks ago. Did you watch it? No? Okay. I'm Ant, and I'm here with Matt. Say hello, Matt.
Hello.
Yeah. And we're going to review things and stuff. Mostly films, games, and things, because we're nerds. That's what we do. But also, things. It could be anything. Last time we reviewed Morrison's Shea Butter toilet roll.
I know how to read, and I feel like that's an advantage in life, and allows me to experience many different things.
Yeah. So you may review a book.
Well, you know, books
day.
don't exclusively have words on them.
No.
This can of Red Bull has sugar-free written on it.
Yeah. Oh, you've been reading that recently.
Yeah. It's a good read.
Yeah. Yeah. I especially like, what is it, aspartame, or whatever it is?
Aspartame.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Anything with ass in the title, I can say quite easily.
So the basic premise is we review something, we give it a score. That's about it. And then we talk about stuff.
The score doesn't always relate to the actual product, or is really an indication of quality. We sort of more just come up with a number on that front.
Yeah, it could be anything. Who knows? Might not even be a number.
72.
Yeah. What was that score for? 72?
72 for the beginning of this fucking podcast.
Fantastic.
It's going forever.
Sweet. So, you started last time, so apparently I'll have to start this time. So I'm going to start by reviewing Critapocalypse Episode 1. We released it 2 weeks ago. It's been watched on YouTube 8 times now. That's fantastic. That's double how many times my Hell Yeah video has been watched.
That's almost matching the amount of times I said we'd be listened to.
Yeah.
11.
You said 11, but we got listened to 10 times.
10 times.
On SoundCloud. And downloaded twice.
So what we're doing is worthwhile for those 20 people that listened for the whole of 8 minutes before deleting.
Yeah, dude, this could blow up at any time.
This could go big. It could go Nova. See, that's the hope we need. You need to be the hopeful one. I'll be the depressing one.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
All right.
But yeah, Critapocalypse Episode 1, it was quite decent. It was two twats talking about random nonsense. Went off subject a lot of the time, which we're going to continue to do. Because, that's half the fun.
I don't draw... when I colour in, I don't colour in within the lines, because I feel like that restricts my creativity.
Yeah.
And also, who tells me what colour Mario is? Not fucking Nintendo.
No.
No, me. And what crayons I have available, because I ate the red one, you cunt.
So yeah, in Critapocalypse, I'm going to rate the first episode. Right. But didn't you say about Mario, you had Smash Brothers to review?
Holy fuck, am I going in that order?
Yeah.
Alright, let me see, because that
Don't worry about order.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
Yeah.
Numbers mean fuck all.
But
I have...
What colour would you bake Mario on Smash Brothers?
Would I rate it? Or...
What colour do you make Mario?
What colour would I make Mario?
Yeah, when you play Smash Brothers, what colour do you pick?
You can pick colours.
Yeah, if you press X or Y, you can change the colour of their costume.
See, right, I've unlocked almost all the characters in that game.
No, I haven't.
But I haven't realised that you can change the colour of Mario. Why would I want to? I go OG Mario.
You can make him wear Wario's suit. He can wear stars and stripes.
I don't want him to.
That's outrageous.
Because he's Italian. What the fuck would he be wearing stars and stripes?
Because he's a Japanese-Italian plumber who loves America.
Alright, racist.
But Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Bros. No, it's a good game.
You probably played it more than I have now.
Yeah, probably, most likely. I've been playing it a fair bit. Super Smash Bros. In general terms, it's the same as it is always. You get characters. They're mostly from Nintendo's massive pantheon of games, rating from the well-known to the fucking obscure. I played as a Game & Watch dog the other day.
Oh, no, there's Game & Watch character.
No, sorry.
The dog from Duck Hunt.
The dog from Duck Hunt.
Who's just called Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Not that fucking arsehole.
What is the point in that? I played as the guy from... what's that game? Animal Crossing?
Yeah, the villager.
Shit.
You can, if you press X or Y with the villager, you turn it into a girl.
What are these buttons you're talking about? X and Y.
There's 2 buttons.
There's 2 buttons. I know the one to hit something, and then to hit it harder, you hold forward and then that button, and then you do things with B.
Yeah.
X and Y, they don't even come
They're
into
the jump
equations.
buttons.
What? You can jump with them.
I told you that on the last one.
Yeah, you told me that on the GameCube one. You didn't say that was across the board.
Yeah, I said it on the last podcast.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, you said I wish you could jump without pressing up. And I can press
alright,
X or
so
Y.
clearly I've not been playing to the full
capacity
of my skill. But I've completed the game several times. I keep playing it. I've been trying to play online, but it's fucking atrociously bad. Doesn't work.
I've not got
so
game
much
going.
lag.
Yeah.
And also they've released a new Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the different coloured buttons and all that shit.
We're getting it next year.
We're getting it next year.
Yeah, because we're a third world country. Australia's getting it before us.
Yeah.
Those fucking inmates.
They gave the world that song Down Under. by Men at Work. And also, what's his name? Who's the guy from Mellow?
Who cares? They gave us Harold from Neighbours.
Oh, Body Melt.
Yeah,
what a great film.
Yeah.
So
great.
no, loose defining term. That one.
6.
6 body. I wouldn't even give it a 6. I give it -5. It's terrible.
But what's it made of? It could be 6 out of 5 million.
It could be. Also, Borderlands the pre-sequel was made in Australia.
Yeah.
Did you know that it's got Bruce? What's his name from Mad Max 2? You know the guy in the copter. Yeah. They call him the man from True. That guy, fucking, he's back. He's in Borderlands the pre-sequel. I haven't played it yet. I got told by my friend because he's a big Mad Max and Borderlands fan. What a combination. But yeah, Super Smash Bros. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great game. Just the online shit. Like, not everything needs to be online anyway.
Yeah.
There's not a requirement for it in Super Smash Bros. You never had it before. I understand that because it's a portable system.
It had it on the Wii one, didn't it? But it wasn't great on the Wii.
No. But I mean, because it's a portable system, you can't go, oh, come on, lads, get your controllers and we'll plug it in and have a game.
You could years ago. You could just plug a link cable in.
Yeah, but do you remember?
And I just sold a link cable for Neo Geo for 20 quid.
Like, you know how they say wireless is worse than having an actual cable, which I understand because cable transfers data quicker than wireless.
Yeah, you don't lose packets.
But
as often.
Do you ever remember trading a Pokemon? That's not even a kilobyte of data.
Yeah.
And it took 6 years.
Did you ever try trading a Pokemon using the infrared on a Game Boy Color?
No.
It was fun. All you had to do was move one of them 1 millimeter out of the way and lost. You'd have to start all over again.
Didn't you sometimes lose the Pokemon as well?
It probably was a point where you could.
Jesus. Like, that's how far we've come.
I'm really loving Smash Bros. I played a little bit more of it. I've unlocked a couple more characters on it. Not all of them yet. I'm way behind. The only thing that's really annoying me is one of the challenges is to finish the main classic mode where you go through and end up fighting Master Hand at 3.0 intensity.
Yeah.
And every time you fail, it will knock it down. And every time I've tried to fight Master Hand, it knocks my intensity down. I should just start it higher.
I've done it on 9.
I couldn't do that.
Could you not?
I'll get destroyed, man.
I just put it on 9, and what you do is you don't change your path, so you don't collect more coins, but you go on an easier path.
Yeah.
So when you go for the path with more coins, it's like gambling.
Oh.
But I played it on 9. I beat it with Little Mac. I got knocked down once, so it was 8.5 by the time I finished. But Little Mac kicked the shit out of Master Hand, like fucked him up. It was awesome.
Everyone's saying Little Mac's a little bit overpowered.
He's super overpowered. Yeah. That's why I like.
Have you tried playing a Shulk yet?
Shulk? Yeah, he's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, he's well difficult. It's like I think he's like an expert mode. Yeah.
Like it's one beam of light, like a couple of millimeters thick.
Yeah.
So if they're not above you,
but that changes. You can change his stance, and it changes how his moves work.
It's just this game it's expansive enough without you telling me these magical tricks to make it bigger.
I miss the Ice Climbers. I want the Ice Climbers back.
Fuck those guys.
The Ice Climbers are awesome.
Nah, they're dickheads. No one remembered the game they were in.
I've got it.
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, but before it would have just been it's that shitty Ice Climber game. Now it's the game from Ice Climbers. The game with the Ice Climbers from Super Smash Bros.
It's like no one remembers Wrecking Crew. Jerks.
Wait, Wrecking Crew? No, I'm remembering.
Game.
Do you remember Blast Corps?
No, I've got Blast Corps, yeah.
Yeah, on the N64. Where the game is you just like you put in a super suit, you can go up and you just smash the shit out of stuff. Yeah, great game.
Back. But Smash Bros.
Smash Bros, yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah, good game.
Yeah. What am I going to review next? I need to put my whiskey down. My next review will be... I went to the London Film and Comic Con Winter.
You held your hands up as if you woo!
Yeah, it's because they can see us.
You have to make jubilation vocal now because put your hands up in the air.
Oh, it's a radio show. Sort of.
Those things, it's one of those things where they can't see our pretty faces.
Yeah. But I went to London Film and Comic Con yesterday. I went to the one in summer as well, which was an absolute disaster. Now, in summer, they had a ridiculous amount of famous people there. And they had Stan Lee, which is instantly you're attracting a much wider audience because everyone wants to see if this man will die in front of them. He is 912.
When it comes to Stan Lee, do you imagine that they move him like from place to... Don't laugh yet, because this is a concern, because he is so old, but he seems quite active. So I think he
seems more animated and more enthusiastic than anyone presenting in the Marvel films today.
Yeah, but look at Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street against anything made by anyone under the age of 40.
Yeah.
There you go. Old people, they've infinity serum fucking DC shit. We were talking about that earlier. So
Mirakuru. We'll get to that later.
This is the Lazarus bit. No, back to my point. Do you ever feel like maybe like Stanley travels around like a vampire, but instead of a coffin, it's like a clear Mobile style box?
Yeah.
That's like a coffin, and it refrigerates him basically. It travels independent of any other form of transport. So it just has little rockets that fire up, a bit like
MODOK's chair.
A bit like MODOK's chair, or a bit more like Nick Fury's car.
Oh, yeah.
Just like with like...
That's Agent Coulson's car now, isn't it?
Yeah, fuck that. But yeah, it just sort of flies him to his next location, and then just lays him down, and then just goes... And he steps out with mist rolling out, and he's like...
Hello, true believers.
Hi there, true believers.
Does anybody want to know how I created Spider-Man?
Hey, let me tell you about the time I conned a bunch of guys out of their Marvel characters.
Oh, yeah. Jack Kirby's got some back. But yeah.
You hear about the Fantastic Four? Cancelled.
This year's Comic-Con, though, this summer's, was much better than this winter's was much better than the summer's one. I stumbled over my words there. In summer, when I went there, basically they had a ridiculous amount of people turn up. They said on the website that tickets would be available on door, despite selling out all their tickets. It basically led to a queue, which was ridiculous. And I queued for 6 hours because I was with my uncle. And my uncle's deaf-dumb and he can't read, so he can't handle London Underground on his own. So you have to take him and sort of chaperone him to the event.
Did he cosplay?
No, he should have.
Is he really tall?
No, he's tiny. I was going to tell him to cosplay as the Incredible Hulk. He wouldn't do it.
I was gonna say, like, if he's deaf, dumb, blind, like, I'd just get him to dress as Crunk from... Not Crunk, Chuck. No, not Chuck.
I was tempted, because I was wearing a plaid shirt, yes, I was tempted to tell people I'm cosplaying as Tim Schafer. but yeah, we queued for 6 hours last time. This time, when I got there, I posted a picture on my Twitter of what the entrance to the place looked like when I got there yesterday, and it was empty. And basically... the only people in the queue were at the front of Earl's Court 2 down to their loading bay, which is literally about 50 metres. And that's where the queue queue ended. By comparison, the last time I went, the queue went all the way down to the front of that bit, it zigzagged, then it went all the way around the back of the second Brompton Hall Court, then it zigzagged again, then it went all the way around the back of the third Earl's Court, all the way back around the back end of the first Earl's Court, and it was literally around the corner from where the people who had tickets were queuing up.
So it was just near Mordor?
Yeah, it was just, you had to walk it, Matt.
If anyone's listened to this in another country, Mordor's very close to London.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
But one cannot simply walk to Mordor.
No, you have to take the tube.
Yeah. Jubilee Line. Jubilee Line, yeah, change at Winchester.
There you go.
But this time I got there, it was like the doors opened at 11. We got there about half past 10 because I figured it might be a bit of a wait. Like normally when you go, the waiting queue is probably, I'd say, around to the entrance of Brompton Hall. So it's about like... a few hundred metres or whatever. Usually takes about 30 minutes to get in. This was almost instant. They opened the front door, we just walked straight in.
It was almost like teleportation.
Yeah. I wandered around. I couldn't buy anything, although the Arrow stall stand there was really good, Arrow Video. They had a bunch of guys there. They dressed up as the killer clowns from outer space. They did their makeup on the stall, and they had a girl running around chasing after, as one of the clowns chasing after all the kids, which is fantastic. You couldn't let the guy do that, obviously, because
it's pervert.
Because it's not on. It's bad.
It gets a little bit creepy when you see like someone working in a school and they're like a normal looking person. You're like, oh, what dark secrets do you hold?
They also had that guy who does all the artwork for their horror films. One who did the cover for Vamp and all this sort of stuff. He was there doing a water painting.
Oh, really?
That you could win.
Oh, cool.
And they were selling prints of his artwork for £10 each, which is quite nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but whenever you do a Comic-Con and Arrow there, they sell their stuff really cheap. It's really good. DVDs are £5, Blu-rays are £10, new releases are 15, steelbooks are 15. And if any Blu-ray combination of Blu-rays or DVDs will be 5 for £40.
Oh, really?
Last time I went there, they let me get away with buying a steelbook one and sneaking that in there because it's not meant to have the steelbooks.
Okay.
But the girl that worked there let me have them, and last time I got Invasion of the Body Snatchers on steelbook, Cinema Paradiso, the director's cut version.
Which you got
I've got the Exterminator, which will be coming to film dump soon. I haven't reviewed it yet. I'm holding off that for a special occasion.
That's a solid 0.
House by the Cemetery and Big Trouble in Little China, and I got all them for £40 on Blu-ray.
Big Trouble in Little China that's fucking fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah.
But when talking about like the Exterminator and stuff like that, I have to say the Exterminator is just shit.
The Blu-ray, one of the quotes on the back of the box is this the film where the guy gets put in the meat grinder? YouTube. That's one of the comments on it.
It's probably me, drunk, having a conversation with myself in the YouTube comments again.
Calling yourself a whore.
There was a Zelda video, and it was someone playing The Legend of Zelda, and they were just they were at this dungeon. They kept leaving and coming back in and fighting the monsters to see how long they could do it for. And I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And I'd written in the comments, why am I still fucking watching this? And it was just all 2 minutes apart. I must have left about 15 comments, and there's some guy at the bottom just went, seriously, dude, stop posting. I was like, what?
I was expecting you to reply to a comment from an old account you had.
Just like, yeah, that's my video.
Just like you reply to the comment, you're like, you fucking twat, what are you doing?
Oh,
And then you find
a
out
notification on my phone.
the video was posted on an account you had a few years before that.
Sounds like something I do.
Walking around Comic Con though, lots of people in cosplay and stuff. There's probably going to be a video turned up on YouTube soon from those guys who go around filming everyone. They did,
crew.
yeah. There's a guy, I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, but they go to all the cons and they film all the cosplays. And one year they used that song that I'm the bomb man about to blow up. That one, which everyone knows now because it was the Dead Island 2 theme tune.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching that trailer thinking I know that song, and the reason why I know is because I'm in that Comic Con video walking around behind a Stormtrooper Planet of the Apes hybrid costume that someone did.
I've never been to Comic Con. It just doesn't seem like the thing.
It's
for
a
me.
Giant market still.
Yeah, and you pay money to get in.
Yeah.
Like, I understand how commerce works, but fuck, that's wrong.
Yeah, but it was really cool though. Well, I was walking around, I stopped for 1 second and looked over and I saw a bunch of wrestlers, which, because I'm a wrestling nerd, that was quite cool. I saw Shelton Benjamin, Scotty Too Hottie, Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Lawler.
I don't know that guy. I know Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah. Rikishi was there.
Rikishi?
Yeah.
He used to sell people's faces.
Yeah.
That's my favourite sex move.
He was wearing a jacket that had Rikishi written across it.
I want to shake that man's hand.
Alberto Del Rio was there, who is legally known as Alberto Rodriguez now because Del Rio's owned by WWE, which is weird 'cause it's still not his father's name.
For some reason I thought Del Monte.
He was wearing a Union Jack t-shirt, which was sucking up blatantly.
No,
he looked bored witless and wasn't getting many people asking for his autograph. Everyone was going to talk to Rikishi.
Do you think everyone saw him? They were like, oh, it's just another British guy.
But I'll tell you who was the best one, though, is you'll have to go back a few years now, but Buff Bagwell was there, and I was properly chuffed.
No fucking idea.
He was in WCW. They kind of pushed him for a little bit. He basically had this sort of... it's not really a disco guy. He's sort of like very dancey, had a goatee big prop hair, used to wear top hat with spray painted patterns on it and stuff.
You just said he was very flamboyant.
Yeah, he's quite flamboyant, yeah.
Awesome.
As a lot of WCW wrestlers were because, the rumours about Hulk Hogan and all that.
Hulk Hogan. If Hulk Hogan was gay, do you think anyone would say no? Like,
come
on, Hulkamaniacs! Just like, can you imagine the fucking...
All he needs to do is just walk a slightly faster speed and he'd collapse.
He already looks really intense. I can assume that he goes from red to purple if he's fucking.
He's already red, man.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. Like, he's bright red already. He must go to purple when he's fucking, and his dick must be like Steamboat Willie. They're just like a fucking steam whistle coming out the end. When he comes, it just scalds your arsehole. Yeah.
Like that.
God, terrifies me.
But yeah, at one point I'm walking around, and I look to my right as I'm going along, so I'm just looking at the stalls as I go past, and Shelton Benjamin was walking right next to me.
Did you say hello?
No, he sort of went right past me, and it was like with some others, and I sort of walked around and I sort of snuck a sneaky photo of him, because that's what stalkers do. And
from the bushes.
Yeah. But that was quite cool. I mean, it reminded me a few years back I went to a London Film and Comic Con where I was looking at some T-shirts. I'm going to name drop some pretty big name here, man. And I walk around, I take a step to my left and I bump into a guy, a very well-dressed guy in a suit. It was friggin' John Landis. And I freaked out a little bit.
American Wealth in London!
Yeah.
Oh,
except
dude.
I couldn't remember what films he made other than Twilight Zone. His bit in Twilight Zone when that guy died in the helicopter accident along with the two kids and John Landis got taken through court for all sorts of things because they wanted to blame him for it.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's actually that was 2 years before what's his name Matthew Broderick killed 2 people in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was also I think it may be the same year that Marky Mark blinded a Korean guy. Yeah. Celebrities that year were just massacring people.
Yeah, you could get away with anything in the 80s.
Exactly.
Man. It's because of the cocaine. It's a hell of a drug.
But
so I couldn't remember anything, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's John Landis. What did he make other than that? What did he make other than that?" I just started walking backwards. I'm not going to talk to him, but he had like an entourage around him. So I worried if I asked him a question, he'd just beat me up. I'd be lynched.
When you say entourage, do you mean like the cast of Entourage?
I wish it was, man. I still want them to make an Aquaman film where the guy from Entourage is playing Aquaman, but as the character from Entourage.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the documentary? That would be like, do you remember Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
That would be like the documentary for Tropic Thunder.
You got to get James Cameron to direct it and Kevin Smith to write it. Because that's... Kevin Smith wrote the sequel to Aquaman, didn't he? Yeah,
he did, yeah. And also, you got to remember that that was all a play on Superman Lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because not Keanu Reeves. Who was it? Nicolas Cage. How did I almost forget Nicolas Cage's name?
There's a documentary about that coming out soon.
Yeah, I know there is.
Death of Superman Lives. Looks really good.
Kevin Smith was commenting about it. By the way, Kevin Smith, Tusk. Get it in the UK. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to see that movie.
Yeah, we're saying this on a podcast now, and you only react to podcasts.
He does podcasts.
Yeah.
Somehow they'll get this to him.
It's the only way that he reacts to anything is if it's via podcast now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think he's going to reply somehow?
Walrus Yes. Hashtag Walrus Yes UK. if you want Tusk in the UK.
Look, I looked on
Cinemollies.
IMDb and it said December 6th. I can't wait that long. I may have to commit a felony
Get it
and
on
somehow
Netflix.
watch it.
I'll turn off Holo on my Netflix just to watch it on the UK
I
Netflix.
will genuinely pay you money. Just let me watch it online. I'll pay the same money as I'd pay in the cinema to watch it online. I just want to watch the movie. I'm super excited. I've been excited for months and months and months. Said always yes. And where's my movie?
Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, we were talking about the Comic-Con, weren't we? Winter Comic-Con was a lot calmer, a lot nicer. I couldn't see Carrie Fisher. She was behind closed doors. There was some... yeah, because she's posh.
Behind closed doors?
I wanted to...
Wait, did they pretend they had Carrie Fisher? There was just a silhouette behind this, like, canvas.
Yeah, people went in. You never saw anyone come out. It was weird.
It's just a canvas with her silhouette. Just like, hi, I'm Carrie Fisher. It never moves.
It was like a cardboard cutout.
It's actually her on a PC.
There's a cardboard cutout and you walk past and it just said lines she says in Star Wars. Scruffy looking nerve herder.
Just turns around, it's just like,
Scruffy
God,
looking.
it seems like she's phoning this in. It's just her phone plugged into the speaker system.
It's like cardboard cutout with her face on FaceTime. like when Stan cosplayed as Captain America in South Park.
It's like some sort of Home Alone. Yeah. It's some sort of Home Alone contraption with a toy train set. Yeah. And just a cardboard cutout waving.
That'd be awesome. I'll be all for that. But yeah, I did get a chance to assess whether or not she's in Star Wars shape, man.
What?
She's in Star Wars Episode 7, isn't she?
Oh, who cares? She's so old now. She's earned a break.
She's not that old. She's 56, man.
Oh, really? How old's Helen Mirren?
74, 76.
Because I would fuck Helen Mirren in a heartbeat. She's hot.
Yeah, back in the day.
No, now. Like, she's hot now. Have you seen Red?
No.
The only reason I watch Red is that it's got Carl Urban kicking the shit out of Bruce Willis for about 5 minutes.
Sweet.
And Helen
He
Mirren.
deserves it. Both of them deserve. Like
Ernest
Carl Urban
Borgnine's in that
deserves
as well for like a whole 5 seconds.
Who's in it?
Like, Ernest Borgnine.
Isn't he dead?
He is dead now.
Oh.
But like when Red was out, he was like hello.
I thought he died years ago.
I'm fucking crazy. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, Winter Film and Comic Con, Winter London Film and Comic Con. I'm going to give it 14 3/4.
Cool. Never been. I don't really ever plan to go. Like, I think that's the problem. Like, do you meet women in that place? Does anyone meet women?
No. There was a guy walking around with a dead mouse mask on, and it had cosplayers not consent to go against all the people who think that just because a girl's in cosplay, they're allowed to grope her.
No, like, I'm not saying rape women. Jesus
you're not
Christ.
allowed to?
No, this isn't a call of arms to rape people. You're not allowed to any time.
Oh, okay.
In cosplay or not.
Right.
But
remember
like,
that.
do people, like, I don't know, do you, like, because when you're in a bar, you can just, like
You're not going to meet anyone. You're not there to socialise. You're there to buy
You
crap
are.
from a
Like,
market stall.
You're not there to buy stuff from. You're there to, like, meet Carrie Fisher and shit. Like, did
true.
anyone meet her?
Yeah, people were, yeah.
Oh, like, so you did actually get to meet her if you, like, paid, like, 100
Yeah, you
quid.
have to. I think it was like 45 quid for an autograph, 65 for a photo session.
Have you seen, alright, okay, like, there's an issue I have with celebrity. And this is only going to be brought up very briefly, because I don't want to waste too much of our time.
And you don't want to upset Robert Downey Jr.
I don't want to upset Robert Downey Jr. Because I love him deeply.
Yeah.
Call me. When it comes to, I don't know if you saw this, but Avril Lavigne did like a meet and greet. This is months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like Avril Lavigne did a meet and greet. She's like standing there. It's like you can't get within a meet. You dated Chad Kroger and the guy from Sum 41.
She's married to Chad Kroger.
She's married to Chad Kroger. You're literally dating everyone from one of those Kerrang CDs I have somewhere in my fucking house. And all you're doing when you invite fans to something like that and you ask them for money all you're doing is giving them each 5 minutes of your time. You're earning £100 a minute to stand in a room with someone and have your picture taken, possibly with one of those people. Okay? If I paid you £100, I wasn't expecting you to fuck me. I just expect you to stand within an inch of me, possibly hug me, and maybe have a chat for 5 minutes. You don't even need to fucking have a picture with me. No one needs evidence that occurred. Just fucking... And then, like, I was like, this is fascinating. Why would you pay her £500 to meet Avril Lavigne anyway? She had one song back 10 years ago. And then someone told me about Rihanna's one. Have you seen Rihanna's one?
Oh, that's when she's like hugging everyone.
Rihanna went nuts! And they didn't even pay that much. They didn't even pay as much as Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
And she was like jumping on people. She was carrying a guy had her on her shoulder. She had a whale of a time. If your whole life is... If the whole of what you do is you entertain people, at least fucking do it. Don't act like you're a fucking corpse with a stick up your asshole being kept in place by only your disdain for the human race. If you don't want to meet people, don't do it. If you do want to meet people, then go full whack and go a bit mad. You've got security. If anyone pulls a knife, the worst they're going to do is get beaten the shit out of and put in prison. God damn you, Avril Lavigne, upsetting me like that. Why? You don't know. You don't deserve these feelings.
I don't have any Nickelback or Sum 41 on any of my Kerrang CDs.
Yeah, these are super old Kerrang CDs.
Yeah.
What is on here? Should we just quickly... you grab one, I'll grab one, and we'll just go for it. Alright, you've got Soulfly.
Soulfly! This one's got Slipknot, Machine Head, Bush, Stained, Stereophonics, OPM,
What's
Stash Up.
Stereophonics song?
Watch Them Fly Sundays. I don't even know why it is.
This has Everclear on it.
Has it?
On a Kerrang CD.
Fuck. This one's got Candera,
Queens of
Koke, System of a Down,
Oh, here we
Chimera.
go. The best of 2000. This has got to have... At the Drive-In. Who are at the Drive-In?
They were the band that split up and became Mars Volta. Rest
I
in
like
peace.
Mars Volta.
What's his face from Mars Volta? I forgot his name. It's dreadful, isn't it?
Oh, what happened?
One of the keyboardists from Mars Volta died the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Sorry, buddy.
Fucking amazing band.
Well, you probably won't hear this because I said sorry, buddy, to a corpse. But, you know, to your
What was I
band
going
and
to say
your
about
family.
meeting celebrities? I met
Dicks.
Rob Van Dam. He was friggin' amazing.
I love Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, he signed my WrestleMania 20, which was also signed by Stacey Keebler, right? Now, when I
Who
met,
is Stacey Keebler?
you remember George Clooney's last girlfriend before he got married?
Oh,
Incredibly gorgeous blonde.
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I met her and got her to sign that as well once.
You know George Clooney? Do you ever wonder, like, how or when he sold his soul to the devil?
It was, I think it was just after Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah.
So fucking handsome. I'd fuck
Yeah.
George Clooney. I don't even know why. I'd sit there with my dick out, like, let's do this. I don't even know what's happening.
He'd be like, well, I've got nothing better to do.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, I can seduce anything.
But,
He'd be like a snake
yeah.
charmer.
When I met
Be
Stacey Keebler-
articulated.
When I met Stacey Keebler, Test was there as well. Andrew Martin, as he's known. He died a few years ago. But I had the choice between their two autographs, and I didn't have enough money for both. So I got Stacey Keebler's because I'm going to meet Stacey Keebler. And when I met Rob Van Dam, I was like, you don't mind sharing some of the space on this with Stacey Keebler, do you? And he's like, I don't mind that at all. That's cool. And he was really cool. He stood up and he was talking to everyone and letting everyone take photos. He was keeping an eye out for people taking the photos at the back of the queue. And when he did it, he'd just like pop a pose as he was doing it. Like mid-conversation, he'd just find a way to quickly pop his RVD pose. But I said to him about like how I didn't have a choice between, I had to choose between Test and Stacey. He said, look, to be honest, if you can only get one, you're choosing between Test and Stacey, you're going to choose Stacey Keebler. Yeah, he was really cool.
Rob Van Dam is a hard one.
Nick Frost was really cool when I met him.
Nick Frost?
Yeah, you know, from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, no, I know Nick Frost. Yeah.
He was really cool, really nice guy. Friggin' Ron Perlman was cool. I didn't know what to say to him.
Ron Perlman. If I met Ron
Yeah.
Perlman, I'd probably try and hug him.
probably
like
cry.
Dad.
Yeah. But he shook my hand and I was like, it's amazing. It's the hand of God.
Does it feel all hard and bristly?
It was made of rock.
Oh, he was in Hellboy gear.
No, I wish he was. It's just his hand is made of rock. That wasn't help. That's just painted red for the film.
That's just actually how his hand looks. He's got a
But-
horrible deformity I'm drawing attention to.
But when I went to them, same year I saw Nick Frost and Rob Van Dam, I also met Jonathan Frakes, you know, from Star Trek, Riker, he of the beard, who directed Thunderbirds. And I got his autograph.
Oh, not the Romulan.
No, Riker. Yeah,
no,
second in
yeah.
command, number one.
Yeah, I know you mean.
He's a number two, though. He was the only person who had a bodyguard stood next to him. He wouldn't converse with anyone, like barely at all. He was just like properly signed. He was actually a bit of a git. So yeah, he's an Avril Lavigne.
He's an Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. But anyway, Winter Comic Con. I'm done with that. What's your next review?
My next one. Is it my one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. 1 second. Let me just bring up my piece of
Did I
paper.
spend 20 minutes talking on that?
You did spend roughly about 20 minutes. Alright, so my next one is... I'm going to do Alien Isolation because you haven't played it and we've got some others that we can talk about together.
Yeah, hell's yeah. I don't have footage of this, so I can't put video up. Go for it.
Alien Isolation is a game in which you play Ellen Ripley's daughter, whose name I can't remember now.
Amanda Ripley.
Amanda Ripley. You play Ellen Ripley's daughter, Amanda. 15 years after the original film. You're stuck on a... Sorry, excuse me. You're stuck on a space station called Sevastopol.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Alien pops out, and it's much like Slender. Similar to Slender?
Yeah.
It's like Slender, but with stealth elements, so imagine if Slender, you could escape Slender. That's essentially it. It's alright. It's a good game. It looks great. It looks fucking incredible. Like, there are times when you're walking around, and you can almost feel the texture of the place you're walking around. Like, you know, when you imagine something and how it would be to be in that situation, you almost immerse yourself to the point where you can feel that sort of hard plastic, metallic feeling of the floor, and you're walking around and you see all the doors, and it all sounds exactly like I'm not the guy from Police Academy, so I'm not very good at doing noises. That was a door.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, all in all, it was...
Star Trek door.
noises.
That's a Star Trek door, yeah.
Oh, was that a Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these ones are those ones. But yeah, so it's really good. So far I played it, I've enjoyed it. It's really fucking long. and it's strenuous. I mean, I said this before it came out, that I think that my biggest worry would be that it was Slender, which was a half-hour game done incorrectly in the correct way, and then when they released Slender, the what was it? There was another one, Slender.
They've done a new version of Slender, haven't they, for consoles and everything?
Yeah, like it was Slender like Rebirth or some shit like that. But Slender the Arrival.
Afterbirth.
Yeah. I bought that and it was entertaining for the first level, but as soon as you go past the first level and there's a setup, you're like, oh, there's more setup, there's more level. And this isn't scary anymore because I've seen you 14 times.
It's an idea. That's all it is, one idea.
I've seen you like 14, 15 times. You're not interested anymore.
What's that Jesus game where you're playing Jesus and you're beating people up? And that's the joke. That's the entire joke. It's
Jesus beating people up?
Yeah, it's a scrolling beat 'em up where you play as Jesus.
Holy shit, I just came up with an incredible idea for a game. Anyone who's listening that makes games, I don't know if you do. If you do, let me know, because I'd like rights on this. But imagine a game where you're playing as Jesus and you're fighting people. But every time you hit them, you actually heal them. They still feel pain for that brief second. It would be like Saw. You could continuously hit people and hurt them, but you'd immediately heal them. So it'd be like psychological torture. Yeah. And eventually you'd convert them.
Yeah.
To something. What's Jesus? Christianity? Roman,
sure, why not?
Catholicism?
All of them.
Yeah, probably.
Scientology. May as well
Xenu!
Yeah.
All praise Xenu!
Xenu's alright.
He has the most money, so fuck. We've got to probably get on his case at some point. So
I'm joining up tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My Phaeton level is probably pretty high.
Mine is. I've been feeling well off recently.
Really?
Yeah. Blatant Phaetons.
Yeah. Have you read what is the book? Diagnostics.
Dianetics.
No, it's Diagnostics.
It's Dianetics.
It's got a picture of a stereo on the front. It's 6 pages long. It came with my Toshiba.
By L. Hubbard. Dianetics.
Dianetics.
Dianetics, do you know much better than Krishna?
But yeah, no, good reference. No. So yeah, Alien Isolation, it's a good game. It's got its limitations though. Don't expect too much. And also I would recommend playing the whole thing in the space of a week. Xbox One, sort your lives out! Why do you have an achievement for completing a game in a week when it costs 50 quid to buy said game?
Completing the game in the week when you first buy it?
Yeah,
when it's first
from
released?
So from the 7th until the 14th, complete the game.
So no one can get it after the first...
Yeah,
That's
and then
bullshit.
they'll have another timed achievement. But fuck that. Don't devalue your game by making it timed. Don't give someone a time to complete something they enjoy, because you can eat a piece of chocolate cake and it's fine, but when you eat the whole thing, you get sick.
Yeah.
And I've kind of got sick of it because it's so long, and I was trying to complete it within the week. I know I'm easily ployed by achievements. Fuck it, I want to have some sort of accolade for doing something. And that's how the human mind works. That's why karma was so integrated into the East. But fuck you! West, sorry. Fuck you! Don't do that. Good game though. Like, I'd give it a solid 7.
Yeah. I saw Chet and John saying that they got to a section in it where without any warning whatsoever, you'd just be grabbed by the alien and killed without having any idea of how to avoid it.
I don't know why so many people are having issues with the alien spawning.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
I play it with a pair of big old headphones, and when the alien's around, you can hear it go through the air vents, and it's like there are a couple of full speeds, but you can tell them because they don't have the weighty bass after the hand.
Yeah.
So you hear like... And when it's the alien, it's... It doesn't sound exactly like that. It sounds like... That sounds like...
Does it sound like boom, 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 boom,
but no, it's really weird. It's one of those games where so many people are bitching about little specific things. I think your enjoyment of the game depends not on your enjoyment of the Alien series, but on your enjoyment of games in general.
And being shit scared of...
Yeah, if you have patience, if you have time, if you have a nice secluded area to play it, especially, that's going to increase your fucking fear factor. Those robots are brilliantly designed, but they do get boring.
Yeah.
They, you know, the ones with the glowing eyes? Because there's 2 rival companies. There's Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah, isn't it Cencom or something?
Yeah, and then you have Segan.
Yeah.
Siegs.
And everything they do is a little bit sort of cheaper and...
Yeah, so they're like Sony are Weyland-Yutani.
Bush.
And it's like, Bush. And they look sort of human, and some of them are friendly, but most of them want to just strangle the shit out of you for no reason. And there are situations where you find yourself like sort of trying to decide which one to take care of, the alien or the robot. And it's the game has its issues, but it's not deserving of all the hate I think it's got so far. I think your enjoyment of it is whether or not you can resist playing it for long periods of time. Have something else on backup. Have a Forza Horizon 2.
I have the Lego games all the time.
Or
whenever I'm
game,
done.
Or just have something that you can put yourself out of that universe. Maybe play it like for 2 hours every couple of days, and you get a great experience. Yeah. You really enjoy it.
Whenever I'm tired of other games, I play Lego games. It's the best way to get... It's perfect escapism.
I like the Lego games.
Lego Marvel Superheroes is awesome.
Yeah, who really, seriously, who deserves the credit for that, because that's just a fantastically made.
It's a AAA game. It's like it's friggin' Assassin's Creed level.
It's the fact that it's like 20 quid as well. Almost immediately it went to 20 quid on Xbox One. I was like, of course I'm going to buy that.
But what are you going to give Alien Isolation?
I give it a solid 7 out of 10. I would say there are faults with it, but there are faults with everything. Life in general is full of faults. It's whether or not you can ignore them.
I don't know, I'm pretty faultless, man.
Shut up! don't talk shit on the microphone. It's recorded now.
You peaked it, man.
I peaked it, really. Sorry, audience of 10.
Hey, it might get 11, man, on SoundCloud. Right.
I keep fist pumping.
So shall I go to the next one?
Yeah, go.
The next one's one you've got on yours as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 1 of season 5 of The Walking Dead.
I was wondering when to get to
Cannibal Apocalypse, Boogaloo.
I got a tagline for this.
Yeah.
They fucked with the wrong Rick.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to say that, was he? That was stupid. I was really hoping they would start the next series when they were all getting ready.
Didn't they have an uncut one where he said it?
They said they've allowed it every now and again, but they have to negotiate it with the studio or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why don't you just... I'm going to overdo it myself.
Do it. Fuck it. No, I thought it was really good starting episode for the series. It was one of the action-heavy episodes. So I'm one of the guys in the minority who doesn't tend to go for the action-heavy episodes. I like the episodes where they're sitting around talking about things and stuff, and everything's all miserable. They're the episodes I enjoy of Walking Dead, because I, like the suffering of others. Play on there.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if that's going to come on the mic.
Find out what?
Tits. Oh, come on.
What is this you played?
They're fucking with the wrong people.
There you go. It does it. Okay, that's like a little advert for give us money.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really good opening episode. I quite like. I love that they didn't actually ever say that they're cannibals, even though it's obvious they are and everything, and you see it all the way.
In the last episode.
But they never actually said it, and there were still loads of people going, "Oh, they're cannibals."
Yeah, did you not see the last episode? They walked past a canvas sheet that was covered with rib cages. I was like, they've been eating people.
Yeah, but I love that not once does anyone go, "We had to eat people." They're all just like, "We had to do it. We had to go further," and they're like, "Just say it." But yeah, it's good to see the whole group brought back together again. Everyone's all chilling, and that frigging baby is not pulling its weight right now. It's not helping at all. That's a landmine.
Baby Judith.
Yeah, Judith, ass kicker or whatever it's called by Daryl.
Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's been quite a good starting episode. It's I quite like that there was plenty of violence and gore. Nice way to start the series. Always like a really bloody opening.
Have you read the comic for this?
Well, Walking Dead. I've not got up to that point in the comics.
Oh.
I've just gone past the governor part.
Okay,
where
because I'm going to talk about spoilers after you tell me your part.
No, dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was a really solid start to the series so far. It's the first one of the new series for this whole new season of TV I've watched. 'Cause I've still not seen the first episode of Gotham, and I'm going to watch Flash and Arrow when they're on Sky, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'm catching up.
I'd probably say the strongest out of all of these. Arrow is consistently strong, so it's fine. That's always like an 8.5. Like sort of 8.5. The Flash, wow, they just got the tone of the Flash correct. They just did it well.
Is it a bit more light-hearted? And
just super light-hearted, super like, oh, look, we're running around really fast. It's like, great, yeah, fine. The Arrow is still just the same. I've got a couple of issues with where they took this particular episode. But I've had issues... Excuse me. I've had issues with every episode in The Walking Dead to this point.
Well, it's like an alternate reality version of it, though, isn't it? It's always going a slightly different direction.
What did you think of them bringing back that guy from last series?
Which one?
You know the guy and the girl. Rick meets them on the episode where he's given the watch.
No, I can't remember.
God, what's the name of the grey-haired woman who goes mad?
Oh, from the woods.
Yeah.
The one from the woods who they were like, yeah. They died, didn't they?
Yeah, well, the girl died, but the guy was in this episode. He was the one who first got his throat slit.
Oh.
That was him.
Oh.
He's in Gotham as well. That's probably why.
Yeah, he had to
get rid of him.
He had to go pee on Gotham.
Let's just tie up some loose ends, shall we? I had a couple of problems with this episode. Mostly the side story about the dickhead trying to push Tyrese. For those of you that haven't read the comic, Tyrese is he's one of my favourite characters. He's not alive in the comic at this point. Oh. At this point of the timeline, he's dead.
Everyone's dead. They killed
this
friggin' thingy.
Oddly enough, really in a weird way, when you say alternate timeline, it can always be that this is the creeping insanity, because both Tyrese and Judith in that last shot where Tyrese is holding Judith, both those characters are dead at this point in the comics.
Yeah.
The baby is exploded.
Yeah, the baby got killed when the governor attacked.
When the governor attacked, which is what drove Rick to become slightly insane and not trust people.
Yeah.
And also would have justified him tearing a man's neck out with his teeth, but more on that at some other point.
Yeah. That was just cool because he was like a zombie.
Yeah, it's like, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I'm Rick. But I've got so many issues with the series as a whole because it seems that they taken a lot of audience comments and they took them to heart. Series 1 was quite... it moved a lot. It made the sense of danger it didn't really have a sense of danger because they moved everywhere and they were quite capable of moving and nothing went wrong. And then Series 2, it was quite stuck. It was all on Thingy's farm. The little girl went missing. There was an ongoing
and
issue.
Everyone moaned.
Yeah, Carol. That was the name of the woman.
Yeah, Carol. Yeah. Oh, she's fine, yeah.
Yeah, Carol. But yeah, and then the third series, you got the prison, and then the fourth series, it did the same thing. It was stuck in the prison, which I understand, that's fine. You've bought a set, you need to use it. The governor was a great protagonist. Antagonist, that's it, yeah, protagonist, sorry. Sorry, getting them mixed up.
Antagonist.
Yeah, antagony, yeah. But when it comes to the whole thing, it feels so much looser than the comics. It feels like there's so much less intent to where they're going. It feels like it's just a rambling insanity. It sounds like this podcast, essentially. It feels like there's no structure to it. They don't go, and oh god, T-Dog, bring him back somehow. Just fucking racism. I call racism on The Walking Dead.
They killed him off just to bring Tyrese.
Yeah, I call racism on the whole of the fucking casting people of The Walking Dead. I know you've got Bob now, and you've got Tyrese, but you couldn't have T-Dog, Tyrese, and Bob. No, that was.
T-Dog was like a Tyrese replacement, pretty much, wasn't he? He was there just to fill that role.
Well, he was there from the beginning, which is the difference.
And then he said nothing through most of Series 3 and then gets eaten.
Yeah, he gets eaten.
And then the very next episode, Tyrese turns
himself
up.
for no fucking reason to save Carol. He could have just taken out the two zombies that bit him, but no, so he just stood there. He was like, I've got this, don't worry. Oh, this is how I fight zombies now. I should pin him to the wall and let him bite me continuously. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. I really like T-Dog. It's a shame he's gone.
It feels like some characters in it now are starting to be safe. Like, there wasn't that feeling in the early series. You felt like any character could die.
In the comics, when Judith died, that was the point. Like, they'd all been safe for so long. Judith died. You had quite a few people died, and there were like the little girls were killed by that mass murder in the prison. There's loads of great storylines and beats that they've just missed out on, and I think it's because they're rushing to some sort of conclusion in TV land. Like TV land, they have an idea of how long they want stuff to go on for before everyone gets too old or contractually they have to pay them too much.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's get to this point now, and then we just kill everyone off and start with a new Walking Dead, because they've started that spin-off, haven't they?
They want to spin, yeah. It starts next year, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't even know. But I also, like, one thing that they have done is they brought back the storyline from the comics that the little kid, do you remember at the beginning of the series, he meets that black man and his little kid?
Yeah.
They're in the comics. They're actually an integral part of the comics, because he comes back and he's dealing with schizophrenia, he's having issues. I call racism on the comics on that one, because he instantly shacks up with Michonne.
Michonne, yeah.
Yeah, he immediately shacks up.
Of course you would.
But it's almost like oh, okay, he couldn't have been in love with a white lady. It's like Michonne couldn't have been in love with a white man. No. It's like, that's bullshit. Just let them fuck who they want to fuck. Come on, these are like distinct personalities. By issue 100, you're no longer writing these people as these new emerging personalities. You are writing about these people. You're doing what you feel naturally they would do in that situation. So yeah, I'll give the episode 6. Fuck you. Walking Dead.
I liked it.
I liked it. Just
I'd say 74.
It tastes like grapefruit juice now.
It's because you put Red Bull in your whiskey, man.
Red Bull in whiskey.
It's not a good idea. Right, what's your next one?
Well, that was my next one. So
well, we were both doing them at the same time.
Yeah, so you got
another one.
Yeah. I
I
speak way too much in this thing.
I'm going to review, and this could be a problematic. I'm going to review GAMERGATE.
Alright, go for it. I'm just going to shut up for
Because-
the next 10-20 minutes.
For those of you who don't know, GAMERGATE is basically a hate campaign. It is literally why are you putting Pepsi in your friggin' whiskey Red Bull?
I'm going to try and increase the flavour on this one.
Oh dear. Right, GAMERGATE was a campaign launched by a bunch of 4chaners, so you instantly know it's coming from one of the worst places on the internet. They've now been banned from 4chan. Okay,
That's how bad.
they're not allowed to discuss Gamergate on 4chan. There's something has been banned on 4chan. Right. So their aim was to apparently, under the guise of ethics in video game journalism, they wanted to sort out ethics. They don't seem to know what ethics are, because their ethical problems was this developer was in a relationship with this reviewer. Clearly she did it to get good reviews. Except the critic never wrote a review about her, never wrote any articles about her. In fact, the closest they could find was he had written a one-paragraph line saying, Depression Quest is available now on Steam. So that was a bit of a dick move. So basically, what they've done, they've launched a hate campaign against people like Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian. There's a Jenna something, I can't remember her surname now. She's left game criticism because of it, after they said that she didn't disclose something, but it wasn't her choice to not disclose it. She was writing for The Guardian. She asked to disclose it, and they edited it out of her article.
People have editors, people. We
Yeah.
write the shit, and then someone comes along and chops out the sentences.
But basically, they've just launched hate campaigns. They've launched death threats against people. Anita Sarkeesian's had death threats at practically every speaking gig she's done, every time she's gone to a university. This past week, she was in Utah, and someone threatened to shoot her there. And
Did
the
anyone
police...
ever take these seriously?
No, well, the police obviously didn't, because they wouldn't rescind Utah's hidden weapon law.
Because can you imagine these fucking weird little mollusks wandering out of their shitholes? Like, there are some dickheads out there that take stuff so literally. Like, can you imagine what would happen if someone said to you, Chun-Li is better than Ryu, and then that was just the comment, and then all of a sudden some fucking mollusk comes out of his hole somewhere where he lives in his mum's semi-detached flat, screaming about the fact that Chun-Li's power level is below Ryu.
She's
and
tiered.
And then someone else comes along and just says, I've had enough of this, women are equal shit, and then that just spirals out of control, just like, I just fucking don't understand it. I really don't get, like, if someone has an opinion, so what? Fuck you. If you don't have an opinion on something, then that's fine. Just go along your passive little life enjoying yourself. If you have such a negative opinion of people that you decide that you need to threaten their lives over journalism, again, an opinionated fucking industry, because that's what it's based on.
They're not
then
even
you
games
have an
journalists,
issue.
they're critics. There's hardly any actual games journalists.
What the fuck? Like,
They're
I mean,
critics,
like,
aren't they?
It's like, it's inexcusable. It's inhuman action. Like we spoke about on the last podcast, burning down Battersea Dog's home is an inhuman response to something that is essentially a safe haven for animals. This is an inhuman response to a person having an opinion. That's an inhuman response to a person having an idea. And you're one step closer to your fucking little Gestapo shithole where you get to watch remakes of Sailor Moon that you like because they've got tits in them. You fucking retards. I don't understand your point in existence. What were you made for? People say there's intelligent design in human beings. That can't be true if these fucking idiots have got hold of a keyboard somehow, and your benefits-laden lives have somehow developed you the ability to type in words that are spelled incorrectly 90% of the time, and involve the word cunt and deaf. You're a prick. Stop it. What are you doing?
But do you know what happened with the Utah thing?
I know, they hung them all... Every one of them just hung themselves in unison.
The police said they weren't going to even search anyone for guns. They weren't going to take... Because there's a law in Utah. It's one of those countries where you're allowed to carry a weapon as long as it's concealed. A concealed weapon. States, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But, they wouldn't even search anyone at the door. So Anita Sarkeesian had to cancel it. Now, I don't know... Gamergate seems to think that their whole thing is to stop people like her having a voice. But the result of that is that she's been featured in MSNBC News. She's been on the front page of the New York Times this week as a result of this event. There was one website which had a brilliant headline of, for some reason, certain gamers are discussing whether or not it's okay to harass women on the internet.
It's not okay!
Yeah.
That's the simple fucking fact. That's just human life. Just what is wrong?
All this nonsense happens where they've taken details from Zoe Quinn and published her personal details on the internet. They found nude photographs of her from years ago when she did some modelling, and they've posted them everywhere.
I'm not against that.
Do you know what this all started from, though?
What?
Her ex-boyfriend, that she'd... one of her ex-boyfriends got angry.
I heard about this.
And started posting all sorts of shit all over the place. He even purposely... the video he put on YouTube, which apparently she asked to have copyright removed, which I really doubt she did because you can find that stuff out anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently, he even admitted in one of the 4chan logs, which she was spying on. Her current boyfriend, is a 4chan moderator. So they were just collecting all the information as they went along. and the chat logs. They were even in the chat logs where they were organising what they're going to do next.
Okay, just because I'm so fucking blunt at this point in my life, what is 4chan? Is it just a forum?
It's a forum where you're completely anonymous, so people just get away with posting all sorts of shit on there.
God.
You'll find all sorts of crap on there. And because you're anonymous, there's no repercussions for it.
Well, there is. I'll find you.
But yeah, basically he was like fed up and annoyed that she split up with him and decided to post all sorts of bollocks about her.
We've all broken up with people. It's time to get over this.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking grown man, I assume.
Till I got, I sent a link to Jen Frank. Jen Frank is the name of the one who got who quit the Guardian and left games journalism out over this.
Why?
Because she was fed up with it. She's tired of it. She can't bother. There's another one as well, Samantha Allen. She left as well.
Yeah, people assume that women don't play games, but I'm pretty sure that like 90% of the people I play online on fighting games like Tekken 6 are women. Because they're just better at that game.
I just remember like 15 years ago, girls I knew would play Tekken and Tomb Raider. They were like favourite games.
Yeah, Tekken is a universal game. I think anyone can play it because you can just mash your face into the controller if you don't.
I sent Jen Frank a link because I thought this was strangely accurate. Do you remember the Harry Enfield sketch of Women Know Your Limits?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I posted
the old 50s style one.
Yeah, where it was all like, this woman's about to have an opinion. And she has an opinion. They're like, you stupid woman. Like, I sent that to her.
That's funny not because it's sexist. That's funny because it's obscure. And it's as if that situation would still occur.
Yeah, but that was back in the 90s. He made this little sketch, which was criticising the way people dismiss women's rumours with aggression.
They should only get 75% of the same salaries as women. That's ridiculous.
Framed it in a 1940s setting to say it's already outdated. And it is still relevant, that one sketch thing. Yeah. And she was like, oh my God.
But by the way, the Naked Pictures comment about that being fine, it's not fine. That was a joke. It was a little bit off the cuff there, but I'm sorry, I apologise to all women out there.
Just like you were last night after you found some nude pictures of Jenny. Yeah. Anyway.
There's plenty of nude pictures of me out there. Most of them it looks like I've got a penis and some chewing gum because my nutsack's so smashed to oblivion.
Fantastic.
It looks like it's just a scarred bit of tissue dangling between my legs.
I'm not editing that out.
All of these rants you should put time links to when I get angry.
But yeah, they basically... I mean, Adam Baldwin was the one who coined the term Gamergate, apparently. Essentially, Adam fucking Baldwin, who is a certifiable idiot, as far as I can tell. I remember his name coming up ages ago. We're dealing with harassment and stuff, and he did something ages ago.
Didn't he hit a photographer recently, though?
Probably.
Fair on him with photographers.
No, that's Alec Baldwin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Snake Man.
Yeah. He's a daddy bear. But yeah, it's just... Right, first off, right, if your biggest problem in your life is the ethics of video game journalism, congratulations on having such a perfect life.
How's the dog line?
If you're worried about ethics, may I suggest that possibly you think about the mobile phone device or the computer you're using and how components and minerals used to make that is being mined by people in conflict areas of Africa, like in the Congo, where they're forced at gunpoint to mine the gold from the streams so you can make the little chipsets that go inside your phones. If you want to worry about ethics, worry about that perhaps. Not that some woman put a video on the internet that said that maybe in certain situations you can kill a nun. A stripper dressed as a nun in Hitman. And they went, oh, she's lying, you don't have to do it. She didn't say you have to do it. She said it happens.
Oh wait, that's Hitman Absolution, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I killed those 4 bitches.
You can do it, yeah.
Took those ladies downtown. Down to the
I don't always agree with Anita Sarkeesian. Like this week she went on about Bayonetta being basically a power fantasy for men and like basically being something male gaze and all that sort of stuff.
Isn't it like the reverse of that because it's a female with power?
Designed by a woman.
Oh, is it?
Bayonetta was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, like, it's all about
she's
hair and shoes, isn't it?
She's the equivalent, like you look at a distorted proportion, she's the equivalent of male power fantasy. It's all about legs and all this sort of stuff.
No, that's female marketing based at men. Like, that's aimed at men, female marketing.
But she's like the equivalent of the sort of male power fit thing. She's not like big, bulky, muscly man. She's all elegant and all this, and she knows exactly what she is. She's
clearly
like...
no one's ever seen me play Bayonetta.
Yeah. I love Bayonetta. But,
MASH!
So I disagree with her and stuff like that, but just because she's having an opinion about video games, you don't need to friggin' go after her. I'd like to point out, one of the guys from Gamergate is getting donations sent to him to produce a documentary about Anita Sarkeesian. One of the tier awards on his Patreon account, which is now pulling in $9,000 a month. I don't know how much money you need to make one single documentary. Anita Sarkeesian made an entire series out of her Kickstarter fund.
What series?
Tropes vs. Women. Really good series. Watch
there
them.
you go, guys.
Plugging
it.
Yeah. But
what's the other guy?
This guy...
How long is the guy's film?
Don't know yet. He hasn't done anything from it.
Oh.
Yeah, been getting money for 2 months now.
He's proactive then.
His top tier reward for doing it is a Vegas weekend. I'm sure that is completely fine. I'm sure all the money that he's getting is not going into that Vegas weekend. That must be coming out of his pocket. I'm sure all the money's going into a non-profit charity fund, so you can use it to fund that and use all the money and give whatever's left over to charity, because that's what he says they're supposed to be doing. Like Anita Sarkeesian does.
Who is Anita Sarkeesian?
She's the one who does Tropes versus Women.
I'm going to Google that.
Yeah.
You plug again.
But she actually has a charity set up. All the money from a Kickstarter went into that charity pot that makes the show. Leftover money goes towards charity.
Am I spelling Anita A-N-E?
Yeah, A-N-I-T-A. And Sarkeesian's S-A-R-K-E.
It's already coming up on
Yeah,
Google.
she will. Lots of flannel shirts. Got an amazing collection of flannel shirts.
She's got an amazing collection of... Is she a lumberjack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Anita.
Yeah.
I'm taking you down a peg, woman.
But
I know, she's quite good looking.
that's what you should say. Yeah, you should say that.
How old is she?
Yeah,
This is how the problems start in the
that's
first
how the problem
place.
starts in the first place. Yeah, because she doesn't agree with what you think, so you need to take her down a peg. You need to neg on her a little
I
bit.
need to neg on her. What is negging?
Negging is when you purposely insult a girl so her self-esteem goes low and she'll decide that she's, might as well sleep with you because, she's got no self-esteem.
Here you go, kids. The trick to getting anal.
Yeah. But that's a terrible thing, and that's exactly the area these people are coming from, isn't it?
Yes.
Like-
It's awful. Why would anyone come up... Why would you coin a term negging?
I know.
You didn't do it, I know, but Jesus Christ.
But, what's the other thing I was going to say
You're
about...
so angry about this. Gender-wise, how many times is this kid that's going on and saying all this shit, how many times has he picked a female character in Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft?
Just stare at their ass.
Not just to stare at their ass, just to play as the female character. Or maybe you've realised that there's a bonus in Fallout 3 for playing as a female character. You've got that man killer or man eater, and you can get a bonus for killing men. How many times have you taken advantage of that in a game? I mean, in general, it's just your own fucking misguided stupidity. You've got too much time on your hands. If you're getting angry about these things, you clearly need to just get a job and move out of your parents' house.
They've gone after Lee Alexander as well.
Who's that?
She's another games journalist, a really good writer.
With the name Lee.
She wrote Leigh.
You know I'm Googling it.
She wrote a thing called Gamers Are Dead,
Okay.
which was basically a thought piece on the idea that the personality of a gamer is gone because we're all gamers. People are just gamers now. You don't call someone who watches a film watcher, do you? They're just people.
Lee Alexander is also attractive.
Yeah, she's very nice.
She's very nice.
Yeah, she's a really good writer.
Is she really?
But people went after
looks
her.
like Kat
She used to
Davis.
write in Edge magazine every now and again. She used to always put pieces for them.
Gamer Sutra. That is a fantastic
Oh yeah,
name for a
Intel
podcast.
pulled their advertising from Gamer Sutra because of a piece that she wrote.
About what?
Because Gamergate people harassed them and told them to pull the advertising.
Taking on challenges of being a mum in game development. I'm sorry, Leigh Alexander. I didn't realise you're a mother. I feel like
She's not a mother.
She's not.
No, she's just talking about stuff.
The game is back on.
They
The
went
game is
after-
afoot, Leigh Alexander.
They went after Jim Sterling.
Yeah.
And he was getting
okay.
pissed off with them constantly going, pick a side. I don't want to pick a side. It's
I have
bullshit.
issues with Jim Sterling.
I loved
I wouldn't pick sides when it comes to Gamersgate. I'm on the side of whoever allows anyone of gender equal opportunities in life. If anything, I'm a feminist. I believe that yes, we should put the toilet seat down because we are males, and it doesn't matter if you've got a dick or not. You should have fucking the slightest consideration for other human beings in your life, regardless of gender. I don't feel like it should be specific to people that have fucking penises. In life, you have a decision to make. You're either good or you're bad. If you're bad, then you're a fucking prick. Get out of my life. If you're good, absolutely fine. You don't even need to be good. You just need to be passive. You need to be to the point where you don't need to take sides in these things because you're not aggressively activist. You're not an aggressive activist towards fucking some horrible, horrible misdemeanor. Just join the Nazi party and make yourself a neo-Nazi. Because I don't want to...
Speaking of Nazis,
fucking go away.
have you seen that game Hatred that trailer went out for the other day?
No.
You play as a Columbine-style shooter killing innocent people in the street. At first, people thought they were made by a neo-Nazi group. Turns out they're not. They corrected this. The CEO's part of an anti-Islamic group on Facebook, though, and he's very proud of it. Also,
racism. It's just the same issue.
Escapist posted an article the other week where they interviewed some members of Gamergate and gave them a platform to say their stuff.
What did they say? Tits, ass, blood, blood.
They're all just like,
murder,
it's all about
death.
ethics. But
Did they spell it right?
one of the ones that they all hold up and they love is this guy. I've forgotten his name now, but he's fucking got a swastika tattoo on his chest.
Oh, clearly that man didn't want to enter the career marketplace.
The last few days, things have started turning around, it seems, a little bit. Lots of people are posting the hashtag Stop GamerGate 2014.
What's the gay expo for games?
GamerX.
GamerX.
Yeah, that almost got closed down this year. Apparently, they're trying to bring it back next year.
Funding had issues.
Yeah.
They did a Kickstarter. I think they're back up.
Yeah.
Go to that thing.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I might even go to that. I don't really give a shit. I'm not going to go.
If it means you can go to the toilets and meet George Michaels, or George Michaels cosplayer.
I don't want to be drugged in a toilet with George Michael slowly stroking my hair and saying you're never going to dance again as he pounds me in the arsehole.
That's Careless Whisper. The song is called Careless Whisper. I've got it on vinyl.
Do you think he has a saxophone solo lined up on his phone?
Yeah.
No.
But
oh god.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. No, gay people don't do that. This is all parody. Please don't get angry at us. We're not trying to cause another Gamergate. Gamergate is bullshit. No one should ever be subjugated to hate, especially not based on opinion. Critique is there because people sometimes make shit. If everybody really liked fucking, I don't know, eating their own shit, and then one person said, no, shit's bad for you, they'd be a critique, and they'd be right.
I'm sure no one after the first person to say 2 Girls 1 Cup sucked.
Oh, wait. Why does that bring back memory? 2 Girls 1 Cup?
Google it.
No, I remember this now. It's those ladies shitting in the thing, and it looked like peanut butter. And one of them had, it was, that whole video didn't irk me until it got to the bit where the woman was flipping the coin of shit in her mouth. I was watching that, I was just like, I'm going to vomit! There's another thing called
I'm sure they never got hated, did they? They were just doing what they wanted to do.
No one knows their names. No one knows porn stars' names. They're just anonymous, horrible...
Oh, come on, April O'Neil.
Who?
April O'Neil. Yeah.
Oh, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, she cosplays.
Did she actually?
She cosplayed as April O'Neil at the New York Comic Con once. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, but anyway.
It sounds stunning though. I like April O'Neil cartoon version, not in a sexual way, because obviously I don't personify sexual cartoons as sexual. That's the same reason I watched Sailor Moon.
With Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit had a muff. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
She falls out the car and there's like Bush.
Yeah.
And not George W. Bush, like there's Bush Light.
Yeah.
Ginger Bush.
But what I say is, I think it really bugs me. We'll get back to Gamergate at some point, yeah? When you're going off on your fantasies.
I just imagine a picture of George W. Bush's face on Jessica Rabbit's skirt. Just like, for some reason, giving off Nixon quotes. Yeah. And I'm thinking George W. Senior. I'm not thinking about Junior. Senior.
No, screw Senior. Yeah, he wasn't around at the time, was he?
Classic George.
But, yeah, another thing that they did with the Gamergate stuff was they don't seem to grasp that if your group that you're part of is associated with misogyny and hate speech and is literally defined as a hate group by many people, you probably shouldn't be a part of it. You probably shouldn't try defending it. You know the phrase, one bad apple spoils the batch? Like, one bad egg spoils the batch. Like, it's not one bad egg doesn't really matter because all the others are fine.
Yeah.
If you buy a pack of eggs and you see an egg in there that's cracked and broken, you're not going to buy that pack of eggs.
Yeah.
So
you're going to take it out and you put it in another box and you take out an egg from that box because you're too lazy to juggle them and then you go and totally buy it then.
But yeah, it's
stupid. Stop
following it if you're...
I mean, do you not feel like by us just talking about it we are sort of exacerbating the situation because we're giving them more of a platform?
No, because this is the thing. In the last week, what's been quite good is finally a whole bunch of the websites have finally started saying, haven't been condemning it.
Hasn't it been going on for like a month as well?
2 months. Over 2 months, man.
Didn't it start with that female game producer?
No.
She was making weird games.
No, it all started with Zoe Quinn and the whole... But it's been going on for years. Quinn? It's the same people who have been... like.
Oh, wait, no. Zoe Quinn, she critiqued games because she thought that the appearance of nuns...
No, that was Anita Sarkeesian did that.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, but there was something to do with nuns in the Hitman Isolation things.
Hitman Absolution, yeah.
Hitman Absolution. Sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it, that alien game. There was something to do with... Have we gone way over?
Who cares?
Right,
but
it's fine. We can trim it and make it into multiple...
Here's the thing, though. Friggin'... What was I going to say now? You made me lose my train of thought, man.
I'm well off today.
One of the guys who recently has said that he doesn't condone hate and violence against women.
Yeah.
And everyone retweeted this because it was the guy who made that Anita Sarkeesian game where you beat Anita Sarkeesian up before she did her Tropes versus Women. Like, before she was even well known, he made this game where you beat women up, beat Anita Sarkeesian up until she's a bloody pulp. And like, and
did she, like, was it like a simulation?
Yeah, no.
You just like meet her in the street and then just
it's just like, it's a crappy little flash game. Yeah.
Oh god, come on.
Yeah.
Production values.
And he's like saying, "Oh no, I don't condone all the violence against women." And someone goes, "Oh yeah, when you made this," and he's like, "Show me evidence I made this." It's there. We just present you with the evidence, and they deny.
It's got your IP.
They deny the evidence.
My IP
they asked Zoe Quinn for evidence that she donated the money from Depression Quest to charity, so she provides it, and they go, "How do we know the photo's not photoshopped?" And then the moment someone says something like against them, like proves something they've done wrong, they're like, yeah, it's Photoshop. It's like, it's going around in circles. It's nonsense. I'm going to give GamerGate the same score I gave Morrison's Shea Butter toilet roll. It's -4.
That Morrison's Shea Butter toilet roll. Fuck.
I had to use some of that the other day. It's awful.
It's an ongoing saga.
Awful.
I love the fact it's just an ongoing saga. It's like, do you ever look at it and it's floating in midair, like circling, like in a game with like little bits of like...
It's just staring at me from the corner of the room in the dark.
Yeah,
right.
no, GamerGate, I genuinely, I haven't paid attention to it because I'm not a sexist, misogynistic arsehole. And I don't take pride in saying horrible things regarding women. I think that women are equals. They should be treated as equals. I think often the decisions of women are made in a more rational place than a lot of men anyway. Testosterone makes the aggression centres of the brain quite prevalent in our decisions.
Oh, you're giving GamerGate an excuse now.
Well, no, I'm not giving them an excuse because a keyboard is not a weapon unless you use it in a way in which it hurts other people. You're a fucking arsehole for GamerGate. I don't understand you. I don't understand you as people. I don't understand the reason behind it. Maybe you're not getting maybe you're not meeting women. Maybe you're not in any way associating yourself with women, and maybe this is somehow making a negative effect on you. Maybe you really want to meet someone like Anita Sarkeesian, in which case I would recommend destroying your computer so you can never talk to another human being ever again on the internet, and then going outside, experiencing sunlight, vitamin C, the production of which is produced, vitamin D or C?
C. Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
C's
sunny delight. Sunny light, sun. Yeah. Going outside, producing that drug in your brain, using the natural resources around you, and possibly meeting some grotesque mongoloid that's related to you in some way so you can breed, once again, creating another species that can fuck off underground like the Morlocks in X-Men, and leave us all alone to live our happy lives where we don't hate people for no fucking reason. What is wrong with you? I absolutely don't understand life. I think I've forgotten what it is to be human. Just in these stupid little instances of people going and saying these stupid fucking things and doing stupid things on the internet. If you have time to spare, go and donate that time to working for a charity, or go and donate that time to learning a new craft. Better the world through your extra time that we don't have. We have the ability to do an 1.5 hour podcast a week. We don't have the ability, every fortnight. We don't have the ability to go out there and spend hours spitting heinous fucking bisque at people for no fucking reason. If I had that time, I would donate it to something far better. I'd spend more time with my girlfriend, I'd spend more time outside having a good fucking life. You are wasting your time being just these putrid little fucks. If you could just go and do something worthwhile instead of this shit. Your life is
preferable if you do
wasted.
something worthwhile. Let's make the world a better place.
Yeah, let's make the world a better place. If that's not possible,
Like Michael Jackson said.
Please, genuinely headbutt a wall until it falls down.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the wall will fucking win against your stupid peanut brains, you cunt. Anyway.
Would you like to review next item?
We're pretty... I've just realised, right?
We should have one left each, don't we?
Probably.
Yeah.
When we talk about something controversial, should I have an off switch? Because I do feel like we're going to get a lot of hate for this.
That'll be fine. No one ever pays attention to
I know we've
anything
got
I
two
post,
left.
man.
I've got the Evil Within. Oh, you went first, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, the
I'm
Evil
leaving
Within. Shinji Mikami?
Yeah, Shinji Mikami.
Shinji Mikami. I
Shinji
like that guy.
Mikami-san. Yeah.
He made Resident Evil. Resident Evil was one of the first games I ever owned on the PlayStation 1. It had the front cover of a man holding this massive M60, pulling a stupid face. He was never in the game, although exciting the prospect of him fighting evil was. I enjoyed it vastly. And it got to the point where I was able to complete it in around 1 hour and 45 minutes, which I'm quite proud of. I've played every game in the Resident Evil series since, even 5 and 6, which were atrocious, and Operation Raccoon City. Sorry about the butcher there.
Resident Evil 5 was terrible. I hated that game. I haven't played the 6th one.
I'll tell you what, once you get to the point where you're punching a boulder in the face, you've just got to give up, haven't you? But I completed that, and I completed 6. I did all the campaigns in 6, despite it hurting me. It was almost like self-harm. And so here we come, we find ourselves at The Evil Within, which is a complete new property. I believe they're probably going to make a sequel to it. It's actually a great game. It's a really good game. The plot is one of those things where it's a slow burning reveal. So you won't know exactly what's going on until about 6 hours in, and even then you only know a loose amount of the plot.
I heard one of my friends on GamerFAQs, Word Up GamerFAQs Massive. He was saying that
FAQ.
Yeah, GameFAQs. Yeah, he was saying that there was nothing going on for ages, and all of a sudden he went story. It's it's suddenly making sense.
You get little bits.
Yeah.
You get little bits, but you have to read.
Yeah.
And I think reading is a detriment to most people.
Yeah.
No, they don't like reading. Don't like learning.
That's probably why they didn't like that Depression Quest game. Because it's a text adventure, pretty much.
Yeah, probably. But no, it's a great game. It's really good. The enemies, fantastic design. There's people with porcelain masks.
Oh, nice.
And I spent meticulous time. There was just those tiny little minute details. But I was shooting at this guy in this mask, and I couldn't go outside because there's a spinning blade, and I had to take my time with this guy. So I was shooting his mask, and as I removed it, it revealed the concave part from his upper lip to the back of his head, like around where your hairline would recede if you were going completely bald, was all concave, and it was just this webbing of rotten flesh. I'm playing on the Xbox One, so it looks really, really detailed. But I removed the mask.
Probably more detailed on PS4.
Is it really?
Probably.
Probably. But yeah, I removed the mask, and there's just this concave, rotting hole where part of his eyes and his nose should be, and just fantastic. Just it immerses you. It's really nice. There are some enemies where the larger ones, where there's no explanation as to why they're larger or why they're bigger, but that's the kind of thing that you put up in Mikami's games, because you've got things like Plant 42 from Resident Evil, the Hunters. You don't know exactly how the Hunters came to be. They're called bioweapons, but they're clearly grown in a tank, so they're some sort of fetal
scary frogmen that usually put me off playing the rest of Resident Evil.
And then you've got things like the Tyrant, that's clearly a man that's been altered. I mean, you've got things like William Birkin in Resident Evil 2, which he only designed, he didn't actually direct, but William Birkin is obviously the man who injected himself with the G virus.
Freaking Tetsuo from fucking Akira. He turns into a giant blob thing.
He doesn't turn into Tetsuo, not quite, but he's close. But it's the T or the G virus. I don't know which one it was by that, because it's the Protagonator virus by Code Veronica.
Yeah.
So it's the P virus. God, I know my Resident Evil.
Got to get your P and your V, man.
Got to get your P and your V. Yeah. But Resident Evil 1 through 3, fantastic games. Resident Evil 4, again, is brilliant. One thing that I will say is that the move that they made there handled very well in that particular game. But I think that they should have maybe just set up the framework for future games. So maybe they should have just... Maybe
you haven't finished
Shinji
yet, have you?
Mikami... No, not for the Evil Within, with Resident Evil 4.
Oh, Resident Evil.
Yeah, Shinji Mikami, if he had set up a plot line for them to follow through the rest of the games.
Yeah.
Like, if they had set up that maybe Spain, it spread around Spain. Maybe that wasn't the last of it. Or Italy, wherever the village was.
It's Spain, yeah.
Yeah, Spain. If they had set that up so that maybe the next game was in a massive city, and then Resident Evil 5, you could see the effects of the massive city, and maybe then Chris Redfield was brought in to help, and then Leon S. Kennedy has his own. You play as Leon, and that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. I'd really be on board for that. But Resident Evil 5 went in a completely wrong direction. So the new protagonist in this is named Sebastian. I don't know his last name, but he's in it. He's in it, and he's just generic Mr. Shooty Man. He's not really very interesting.
Does he have stubble?
He does.
Of course he does.
Yeah, he has stubble, and he has one of those weird Japanese side partings that go back.
Does he crouch behind walls?
Yeah, a lot. But
he doesn't afraid of nothing.
He doesn't stick to walls.
No.
One of the nice things though is like environment plays a big part in it. You have a lot of bosses and puzzles require you to affect the environment and the items you have available. Right now I'm playing a boss. I won't spoil how I got to this point or why I'm doing it or who the boss is, but you're in a room that has 2 large furnaces and 2 chutes of fire, and then in front of you've got like a door. And to get the door open, you need to somehow burn off the fuel, which involves you opening the furnaces and letting in more air. And you've got this monster following you around, the 6-armed beastie that if it grabs you, it's one-hit kills. And it's fantastically tense because you've got such a small arena and you have to get away from it, and it's got a very large grasp, like you can reach quite far. So when you're moving, you're moving consciously. You've got this, and also your stamina plays a huge effect. I've only got 4 seconds of stamina because I'm really worried about that. So when you're running, you have to run in shoots and then let it charge up. So you have to get to a point where you know you're going to be safe for a couple of minutes, and then you have to pull a maneuver to get back around.
Yeah,
and it's all really good, really enjoyed it. Much better than Alien Isolation, which upsets me because they both came out a week apart.
Yeah,
and if I was going to put money into one, I paid more for The Evil Within. But if I was going to go into one, if I could only afford one, it would have been The Evil Within. If I knew what I know now, it would be The Evil Within, because it's a great game. Sunset Overdrive in 2 weeks, though.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
That looks alright. I need to buy an Xbox One to play that, though.
Yeah, it's made by the people that made Insomniacs. They made Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Ratchet and Clank look great on the PS3.
Yeah. They're good games.
I'm really looking forward
Quest
to
for Booty.
Yeah, it was on the PS Vita.
Yeah.
I've got my PS Vita coming tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm going to play Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Looking forward to that. Yeah, great game. But Evil Within, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I may be a bit biased because that guy, I've played every game he's made.
He's got a shockingly good track record. Friggin' Dino Crisis, Resident Evil.
Dino Crisis?
Produced one of the Devil May Crys, and 2 of the Devil May Crys.
Well, the original Devil May Cry was meant to be Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
He produced Shadows of the Damned, but then again,
Shadows of the Damned.
Yeah, that was a...
It was knowingly stupid.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever anything beyond what it was.
That's a
Pseudo-51.
CD51 game, isn't it? Yeah.
He needs more people to pull the reins in, because his games after that, like that, what was the game after? The Killer is Dead?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's terrible. It's not very good. I really wish it was, though, because I really like Pseudo-51. He makes great characters.
He makes weird games, man.
Yeah. But the main guy from, what was that?
Oh, Shadows of Damned.
Shadows of Damned.
Yeah.
I played that. No, I like that. Really good game.
Yeah. Right.
Shall
I do the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to do Arrow Season 2 because I've watched it all in the space of a week.
Great.
It's good. Yeah. The first season of Arrow I really liked. Like, it started off really shaky, like it was rushing really, really quickly. And then it kind of found its foot in and started introducing DC villains and all this. Yeah. Series 2 is just like, they've gone, fuck it, let's have superpowers. Let's put in the Mirakuru, which I'm pretty sure Mirakuru isn't Japanese for miracle. I'm sure that's them doing approximation.
No, it's the Infinity Serum, isn't it?
Yeah. It's literally that. But they've got superpowered people in there now. They've opened the doors for that. They've done Barry Allen's sort of origin,
The Flash,
the Lightning Bolt. But yeah, it seems like it's been really good, this series. Like the whole finale, the whole Deathstroke fight. Spoilers, Deathstroke's in it. It was awesome. The only thing that put me off was when what's-her-face Summer Glau from Firefly was wearing like a Lady Deathstroke costume.
that irritated the shit out of me.
Yeah, the helmet on that was stupid. It made it look like her face was a friggin' upside-down pear drop or something.
I had enough of her by that point. I understand that she's a very good actress. She's an incredibly competent actress. But just...
She always looks angry. She's always Secret Ninja.
She's so very good looking, but she's in so many nerd properties that I feel like a lot of people are like, that's an easy win. That's not the case. I think she needs probably some more serious work. Like I don't know if have you seen Birdman? Have you read anything about that?
No, I want to watch it.
I really want to see that film, but it feels like Emma Stone is a strange placement in that film.
Yeah.
I feel like Summer Glau would have been a great addition to that cast, because she has the chops to do something like that, and she has the, Emma Stone, she's a big name. She's a very big name, as is Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton's in there.
Yeah.
So Laura Dern and Naomi Watts?
Sure, why not?
Probably. I'm just reading the cast off by heart, so if I got it right, boom. But yeah, no, I just feel like Summer Glau, she deserves a hit. She deserves something proper.
She needs to eat a cake. She's a bit skinny. I'm
you
focusing on her physical elements.
To put on weight. If they're comfortable with themselves, you shouldn't tell them to do anything. They should be just happy with themselves. See, look, you're the one bringing up Gamergate, and you're saying
she needed superpowers to outpower Diggle, though.
No, Diggle's really weird because he joined the Suicide Squad that series, didn't he?
Yeah. Did you just swap the Harley Quinn cameo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. She was in full makeup. They did a photo. There's a photo from the set where they had her in like full Harley Quinn makeup.
No, I've seen it. I
That's
like
quite
the
cool.
Arrow. I do like the Arrow.
But no, that was a really good series though. It had a nice build to it. It didn't rush as much as the other one. It actually felt like it had a proper, like they had an episode to episode pacing. And I like midway through the season they did one episode that's almost entirely set on the island.
Yeah.
Which was like the moment the episode Slade, like in the present day, Slade's come to visit Moira Queen and put his money behind her, going, "Oh yeah, I've got money for you," and all this sort of stuff. But most of the episode is set on the island, so you've got this one midpoint where
who's the guy who plays a British?
Everything's come together. Manu Bennett. He's Australian.
Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's got such a weird accent.
Yeah, it's his Aussie accent coming through, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's he's just gruff.
I didn't like the fact that they brought back the Dark Archer. I feel like
Malcolm Merlin.
John Barrowman. John Barrowman is as flamboyant as the day is long. He's awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe that he fathered 2 children in that world.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. Did you see the Commonwealth Games?
No.
Put John Barrowman on TV in Scotland, and what's the first thing he does?
Cool.
Neck some plug.
Nice.
What a ledge! He uses the opportunity to pull.
I remember years ago when he used to be on friggin' Alive and Kicking on Saturday mornings.
Oh, God.
And
remember,
Melrose Place.
Really?
Yeah, he was on Melrose Place, yeah.
Do you remember, I don't know if you used to watch Nevermind the Buzzcocks.
Oh, yeah.
But him and Simon Amstel.
Yeah.
They had a gay off in one episode.
Simon Amstel was the best presenter of Nevermind the Buzzcocks.
No, Mark
He was
Lamar.
awesome. Nah,
Just
I love
didn't
Mark
give a
Lamar.
fuck.
Yeah, towards the end especially.
Yeah, just he did not care.
Amstel was hilarious. Anyone who could get... Was it Dappy he managed to get to walk out the show?
No, it wasn't. It was a guy from The Ordinary Boys, that Preston prick.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was reading the book, wasn't he? He kept reading the book by his wife.
Yeah, that
and
was
they
awesome.
got divorced, didn't they, soon after that?
Good.
That's why he was upset by the issues.
But yeah, that whole series of Arrow was much better paced than the first series. It feels like something big's coming. Next series, Ra's al Ghul's going to be in it.
Yeah, they
So-
asked Liam Neeson to do it, didn't they? And he said,
Well, Liam Neeson said he would do it, yeah, but
But they asked his people, and he declined it, or maybe his scheduling is.
to be honest, like, I don't want anything to tie it to the Nolan films.
I mean, it's too.
I'd be happier
Nolan.
that they tied it into the new films that are
Have
coming
you
out.
heard that they've cast the Arrow and Flash and people like that for the new?
Yeah, Ezra Bennett or something like that is
Who's the
playing.
Flash?
Yeah, that as if he's Wally West, and
I
maybe
get it
they
if he's
have
Wally
him
West.
cameo in. Because I don't think they should cut Flash and Arrow out of the films.
No,
It makes no sense to me.
It's great.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a really good Oliver Queen.
I
He needs to stop doing the breathe and turn. This, like, when he goes. And he does that in every episode, and he needs to make eye contact with people every now and again.
Have you? Do you ever watch this is gonna sound really weird, but
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of his workout things that he does for that program. Yeah, like
Oh.
this seems weird, but he's got like it looks like a massive skate park without ramps and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just goes around doing like deadlifts and stuff, like the lifts he does in that with the pole, where he doesn't. He can actually do that,
Yeah, they filmed
And-
that properly. Yeah.
and all that stuff it's really impressive. Like the amount that he goes through for it, and he's a genuine person. You know how like celebrities become they become just extensions of the personalities they play in films. So like people don't like Anna Faris, or they think Anna Faris is just comedian. Like it's all because of their films and like scary movies and stuff like that. It's a similar thing, but Stephen Abel is actually this human being. He shows quite a bit of his personality outside of that character,
Yeah.
which is odd.
Yeah, but he's been really solid. Like, it boggles my mind that they're gonna make these new movies and they're not gonna go. Why don't we just use this whole weekly show
Easy win just
to
use it,
establish
isn't
the Because you've
imagine-
got Amanda Waller set up there, you've got Star Labs, you've got
And Amanda
loads
Waller's
of villains.
good in that, actually.
Like you've got all these minor villains. They haven't done any huge villains. Like
think they'll
Solomon
ever do-
Grundy's been teased,
Yeah,
but he's not been done.
Gorilla Grodd's been teased as well.
Yeah, but it's like friggin'. I mean, they're never going to want to use Deadshot in a film, are they? But you've got him there already.
Well, see, you say that. I reckon they use Deadshot.
Deadshot's a damn good villain.
I mean, Deadshot could always replace Slade because Slade Wilson's trapped in on the island.
Yeah, but how long is that gonna? How long until that island becomes a training zone for Suicide Squad Part 2? That's
You
what I
know,
reckon.
Slade Wilson.
Yeah.
His best incarnation was by
Teen
Ron
Titans.
Perlman in Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
hell's yeah, absolutely brilliant that show.
It was great.
Yeah, and they
also,
couldn't
like-
call him Deathstroke in the whole series, could they?
No, they just called him Slade.
Yeah, because they weren't allowed to call. You weren't allowed
Slade
to
his
have.
mask.
Yeah, Cartoon Network used to have a thing where you weren't allowed to say death or dead or allude to
really?
killing. Yeah,
Didn't they show Samurai Champloo at one point?
yeah, eventually, yeah, on Adult Swim. But they, yeah, it was like it's been a really good series. I'm loving it. I'm
I
loving
liked
that
season 2.
Solomon Grundy was in there. I'm loving that frigging Clock King was in an episode.
Not so much.
I love
have
Clock
you
King's
seen-
one of my favourite villains from
He was
Batman.
played by the guy from Divide, wasn't he? The
Yeah.
blonde guy with his hair cut back and the little
Yeah.
glasses. Yeah, that guy was in a film called The Divide. He's a very good actor in that. But when he played the Clock King, they aged him using
Yeah.
just the makeup, and it just didn't.
But-
knowing who that person was as an actor made it difficult for me to.
But I just want more Clock King. I want Temple Fugit. I want him to be like the guy from the Batman animated series. He was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I like
what.
him.
Yeah.
They could introduce the Red Mask as well in the Arrow series. That'd be awesome.
Red Mask.
Yeah, no, sorry, Red Hood.
Oh, Red Hood. Yeah.
They could introduce him because was he in one of the Arrow comics? He was one.
He's been in everything. He's everywhere now, isn't he?
Yeah, but
But would he be frigging Red Hood, the anonymous criminal?
No, Red
or...
Hood played by Jensen Ackles from Mask of the Red Hood.
Yeah, but would he be frigging Jason Todd, Red
you
Hood?
you could hint at it.
Yeah.
He could just be. In
Or
the
would you
persona
keep
of
him
Red Hood.
anonymous? Because a lot of Red Hood's usually like an anonymous criminal that's been.
Yeah, usually it's just
Wonder-
adopted.
yeah.
It was adopted by the Joker at one point,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I'd have him played by Jensen Ackles. Just get him in for one episode. I like Jensen Ackles. I watch Supernatural. Like
Yeah.
a bit of a man crush there.
So apparently there's that Titans series that's going to come next year based on Teen Titans, and there's a rumor even though it's done by another network, they're going to potentially have it be included in Arrow and Flash.
Why?
Why not?
Because Beast Boy would work.
How would they do Beast Boy in TV
exactly,
series?
He would work, and also Starfire.
Yeah.
Robin would work, but you'd have to link it to something else.
Yeah. But
God, that's a bag of shit.
But Arrow season 2, I thought it was solid. I'm gonna arbitrary number 12.
This will blow your fucking mind. Guess who's in season 3, episode 1?
What of Arrow?
Yeah,
Everyone.
Peter Stormare.
Nice.
Fucking love that guy.
Oh, isn't he playing the new Count
playing the new-
Vertigo?
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah. I love Count Vertigo was hilarious.
He
in
was
that show.
awesome, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was played by the guy from Fringe.
Nice. I never watched Fringe. Right. Your next review.
Fringe gave us anti-gravity bullets. In the last episode, it was like, why would you, after you've shot them, why would you want them to float? Because it looks cool. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the Strain TV show versus the Strain book. If anyone's been on my site, Cinemageddon, .wordpress, a bunch of other shit, because I can't remember the link.
I put it underneath the thing.
Oh,
anyway.
you winner! Thank you for that.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever, anyone's ever read the book The Strain, it was by Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. It was a book about instead of vampirism being a case of you bite someone, it's some sort of mystical curse. It's actually a virology based
like a disease. Yeah.
It's treated in the first say 4 or 5 chapters as a procedural book. So it's about the whole aspects of finding out how the virus attacks and how to stop it and all this. Fantastic book. Had me from beginning to end. It has a clear defined path. Ephraim Goodweather, Nora, can't remember her last name, Satrakian, Vasily Fett, who is my personal favourite from the books, and Gus and Mr. Quinlan. They're all characters in there, and they all play this great part that working out towards this overarching sort of idea of defeating this master, who's like a hive mind for all of the Strigoi, which is the name for the vampires. And the whole thing just works really well. I really enjoyed the book. It's very short. If you're into your pulp fiction, if you're into your trashy novels, get it, digest it in a day or two, and then get on to the next one, because the next one gets even better. And then the third one, it just goes full tilt boogie. It goes mad. It's great. The TV series is just a little bit too broken, though. TV series, they've got the casting right. Vasily Fett is played fantastically by Bose. What's his name? Have you seen that Cosmopolitan film, Cosmopolis?
Cosmopolis. No.
Yeah, the one by. Oh god, I'm losing my fucking track here. But anyway, so yeah, the TV show, 12 episodes or 13, I can't remember. I reviewed them all for Cinemageddon. So if you want the individual episodes, feel free to go on there and read them. But in whole, I'd say the series really wasn't worth my time.
Kevin Durand.
He's a great actor.
Oh, weird.
Other stuff. Yeah, Corey Stoll plays the main character, and
he's in Real Steel.
Doug Bradley, I believe, he plays the Satrakian. Can't remember the other people though. It also has the guy from Jumanji, speak up, boy. Jumanji.
How many people died at the end of Jumanji?
Loads of people died at the end of Jumanji, but that's besides the point right now. We're talking about the strain. The TV series doesn't really deserve your time of day. I would say you're better off reading the books. As fantastic as the prospect of the TV series was initially, and the fact that the book was actually a film script converted into a book and then made into a TV show after the book was successful, it just became a convoluted mess. Someone has broken up there and they've done a bad thing with this story and they've not done it correctly. The master doesn't look as you'd imagine he looks, and everything has a shroud of ambiguity that you would create by your own imagination, filling in the gaps that this book doesn't give you. Is lost. Just all the fun is lost. That creation of characters and the ideas that they sort of represent. I love the books. I do not like the series. Do not like it. So much hope as well. Big shout out to someone on Twitter. They'll know who they are. I can't remember their name. They used to speak to me about the episodes. They said that their husband said that they owed them 13 hours of their life. The actual series only runs to about 11 hours and 12 minutes, so you're all right there. You've saved yourself an hour and
you get a couple
minutes.
extra hours out of it. Yeah.
There you go. But all in all, it's really not worth your time. I feel like you do owe him that time after this terrible, terrible series.
Is it better than Z Nation, though?
Z Nation's picked up. Holy shit, Z Nation picked up this episode. You remember the guy from fucking Big Wolf in London? American Wolf in London, in Paris? Yeah. He died.
Sweet.
He died in the 6th episode.
Nice.
I was like, you got rid of Harold Perrin. You go, fuck DJ Qualls. He needs to die. As soon as he dies, I'm going to be back on it being like, yeah, the Z Nation program is the best program on TV. But no, fuck, yeah, he died. God, it was actually a little bit heartbreaking on there. But anyway, yeah, the Strain TV program, I'd give it like a 4. The book, I'd give it a solid 9. It's just a great Pulp Fiction. It's just a great trashy read.
Nice. Well, I guess that's all our things reviewed.
That's all our things reviewed. Unless there's anything you want to talk about besides Gamergate where I called anyone else.
Yeah, we spent about half an hour on Gamergate. I think we covered that.
Fucking bunch of pricks.
Yeah.
Really
Toss pots.
Leave all the hard swearing to me, don't worry.
That's it. You can find my film reviews. I recently reviewed Cinema Paradiso this week. Next week,
fantastic film.
This might be like only a few days away by the time I get this edited and put up, but I'm going to do a horror week on Film Dump.
As will I. Halloween.
What films have you got planned?
Halloween 1 through 9.
Oh, all of them.
Is it 9? I think it's 9 or 10.
1 through 7,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm doing all the Halloween films. I've never actually seen Halloween 4 or 5.
I've got 4 right there.
Yeah.
You can't have it. I need to watch it.
I've got it at home. But Halloween 3 is one of my all-time favourites. So.
We watched it here, didn't we?
No. I've watched it. I watched it previously. Tom Atkins.
Yeah. But I'm going to be reviewing
It's the name of my hedgehog.
Brian Yuzna's Society,
Great film.
Slugs.
Oh, personal favourite.
Possibly, I'm trying to find a third film here. I might most
Ticks.
likely be going with Bay of Blood.
No, Ticks.
No, it's too. I can't have too many silly
Alright,
ones.
well then do Demon Knight. Tales
Demon
from the Crypt Demon Knight.
That's another silly one.
It's not silly.
It's deep. It's Tales
It
from
has
the Crypt.
Billy Zane!
It's silly. It's got Billy Zane
Billy
in it.
Zane!
Silly Billy Zane.
Silly Billy Zane. It's got William Sadler
But
in
I'm
it.
thinking Bay of Blood because it's the origins of slasher movie. Well, I always say that Psycho's the origin of slasher movie, but Bay of Blood, Kind Hearts and Coronets could be the origin of slasher movie.
Have you done White Zombie yet for your website?
No, that'll get covered one day.
Yeah, do
But
White
friggin'
Zombie.
Halloween 4 is on.
Oh, Halloween 4.
Yeah, because I did Halloween 3 last year.
Halloween 3
I
is
do
great.
one
What did you
each
say
year.
about Halloween 3?
I like the film. It's all right.
I love
It's
it.
decent. It's watchable.
I don't like the idea of someone chipping away at Stonehenge to make monsters.
I like the idea that a Stonehenge stone could cause goblins to come to life in a small village, and you
Well,
can
see, I
defeat it
believe
with a
that.
bologna
I've
bologna
seen-
sandwich.
I saw that documentary, Phantasm.
Fantastic. Oh,
This guy was really tall, and these people kept shooting him.
yeah, fair enough. But that's what I'm going to be doing on Halloween Week. It's Critapocalypse. There's a link down below for my YouTube channel. I'll put a link for Matt's Cinemageddon on
Boom.
there, whichever way it's spelled. He spells it differently on the link and on the website. So
It's confusing
Yeah.
for everyone. I do it on purpose because I feel like you need to work for my love. As much as I love you already, to
Yeah.
actually experience the beautiful glistening shower of my love falling over your faces,
Yeah.
you need to work a little bit.
you need to get down on the knees and start pleasing Jesus. But yeah, that's Critapocalypse episode 2. In probably
Whoop, whoop.
2 weeks, we'll do another one.
We might even do one next week, never know.
I don't know. Next week, wrestling's on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll be reviewing the wrestling pay-per-view next time.
Oh, shit, yeah, no, because I've got, well, Jesus Christ, we're running over again, but,
I can edit it down.
I'll
cut all your bits.
Out, don't worry. I bought 2K15 for PC.
Oh, NBA 2K15.
No, WWE 2K15.
It's not on PC.
It is, isn't it?
No,
No, CD Keys have it for PC. I think it's a pre-order.
they're ripping you off.
No, come on, it's coming out on PC.
Well, anyway,
I might not have ordered it on PC.
we'll solve that mystery
Oh,
next time.
God
on
damn it, what have I
Critapocalypse.
done? I'm wasting money again.
Catch you next time.
See you later, guys.
Bye.